This conference will now be
So
recorded.
Tableau is used for building a data visualization. So how we build this? Based on what information we have. So as Shreya said, we are going to use this complicated data which is very difficult to understand, so that we work on it and then convert into an interesting way by using this representing through the visualization, that is a charts or graphs. This is what we do. Now, where we get this data, who will give us data, why we have to do all these things? In that case, see, as a business analytics or data analytics. So most of the times this BI tool is used by the business analyst. This business analyst is a person who is going to help his client in making a decision. How this person will help? Say example, we have a people, say we are running a company. In a company we support clients, we undertake the assistance from the clients, or we fulfill the needs of the clients. When we say that we are going to fulfill the client's need, which means some of your customers or clients will come and say you that they are in need of some information. Suppose, let's take an example one by one. Now, I have to start a company, right? It is a new startup company. Now, since it is a new startup company, I don't know how my business is going to work. Or say I have to take one of the project. It can be anything related to civil services or some manufacturing things or any other things. Okay, suppose there is some tender is been passed by the government and I want to take this, or from the private sectors also there is, every time the tenders will be passed. Now what I want to know is, if I'm going to take up this tender, take up this project, how well I'm going to do on this. I have a manpower, I have a money, I have all the things. So financial support, there is no problem. I have all the financial support, financial activities, I can do it. Now my requirement is, if I'm using this many number of people, so much I'm investing in a capital, that is a lump sum of amount, how much I'm going to invest, how much labor I'm going to use, how much expenses I'm going to pay off, how much income I'm going to earn out of this. All these things we have a estimated calculation, estimated amounts we have, figures we have. Out of this estimated figures, the person comes and says you to say whether what you are going to suggest him, whether he has to take up the project or he has to drop. So that is what you are going to do. But what you are going to do, you will analyze, you will study, you will summarize the details and represent it the same data into a visual format in a charts, saying that if you're spending so much of expenses, so much of income you are going to earn it. This is your capital investment. Out of your capital investment, how much it is been consumed in your project, right? How much it is consumed in a project, how much profit you are going to get, what is the manpower you have to use, how much manpower you have to use. Alternatively, you have to give them, if you find somewhere there is a problem arising somewhere, then you have to suggest them what he has to do, how he has to overcome this. Suggestions, you are going to represent all this thing through your visualization as a business analyst. Or this is a new company. What if it is an existing company? So if it is an existing company, let's take another example. There is a supermarket. So supermarket, you all know what it is. So shopping mall, you always go for shopping and all. So there is one supermarket. Always the sales was good, and I used to make a sales due through a online as well as offline. Online sales was happening and even the offline sales was also happening. But what happened, even though there was a situation of COVID also, my business was going good. Even when I came out of the COVID period, post COVID period, business was going very smoothly. There was no point of loss. I didn't had a loss at all. But I don't know what happened from last 8 months, my business is making a profit, but very less. Now, what you are going to do? Can someone say me? When someone is coming and asking you how to overcome the performance of the sales that has been taken place, and the revenue or the profit is coming down continuously from 7 to 8 months, what you will do? What are the information you are going to collect? Anybody can answer me? Is there no one to answer? See, assume that this is your business. It is going in a like it is making less profit. Profit is earning, but company is earning a profit, but the profit ratio is coming down. What you will do? If your company's profit is coming down, what you will do? Am I audible to you all? Why I feel that there is no one in the session? Am I
Ma'am,
audible?
analyze the business environment. Like, are there any changes in the environment of the business? Like, is there a new competition or anything regarding political or technological changes that is making customers drive away from the business?
Good. Any others can answer me? Okay, let me tell you. So what happens since the profit is coming down, I have to collect the data. What data I will collect? So we may take the information of sales for last year or 2 years, 3 years, even 5 years. It is up to you. So let's take that we are downloading a sales history for last 3 years, right? We will download sales history for last 3 years. Sales I have downloaded. This will tell me how much sales is happening. But why there is less revenue, this I can't identify along with this. Second step, I will download the other option, that is order details. How many order has been placed, how many orders are being cancelled. This I will take it. Third one, product details. Which are the products that has been returned, that is not having the highest sales. Only very few goods are being sold, and most of the times this stock remains constant. It doesn't move out. So this I have to find. Next part, I will take the data of customers. Customers review. We will take a customer's review, how good they are giving for the slow moving product, why there is a rating goes up and why it comes down. If the rating is low, then we have to see from our supplier side whether we are delivering a damaged goods or we are receiving a damaged goods, how it is being used. All these things we have to testify. So this data once we collect, we will compare one and the other. So we have how many data? We have order data, we have a return data, we have a product data, we have a sales data, we have a customer data. All this data we will compare with one and the other. After we compare with one and the other, the next step what we do is we are going to understand. Once you download, you cannot directly enter into create a visualization. First thing what we have to do is see the data. You have to visualize, you have to analyze. First see the data, analyze where there is a problem. Do you or have all the details that is required for you in order to create a visualization if you don't have any information. Say example, now I have a sales data. That means I have a sales, how much sales I'm making, how much profit I'm making, that I'll come to know. But whether how much I'm spending, that additional charges like expenses, delivery charges, how much I'm spending, transportation, how much I'm spending, fuel expenses, how much I'm spending, parking charges, how much I'm spending. This data also I have to cross check. Only then I'll come to know what is my exact revenue, what is my exact profit I have earned. So you have to make sure that the data which you have collected from the data set or from the source. What is your source? So say example, from where you download all the set of information is the source. From the source, when you download it, you have to analyze whether you have all this information which is required for your company. Once you download it, then you have to use, make sure that after you analyze, you have to gather the information, summarize it, right? You have to summarize your data. Once you summarize the data, you have to make sure that whether you have all the information available. If there is no details available, then you have to do what? You have to make sure those details you are going to calculate. We are going to apply the calculations. Once after applying the calculations, then we will create a visualization. Clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So So this is how we are going to understand and create the data. The next step is, after creating a visualization, we are going to publish this. We are going to give this to our clients. The clients can be board of directors, investors, bankers, end users, shareholders. They can be anything. The people, whoever is asking you for any of this visualization, you have to give them a notifications. All those details has to be given. Okay. So here, if we are using this decision making, how we are going to collect the information, how we are going to understand this. So based on this, we are going to make a decision. Driven decision making means, that is what I said. You have to analyze, summarize, then use the calculations wherever there is required. Then you are going to create a chart. That is what we call it as data driven decision making, which will help you to make a decision from your data what is available. So whatever I've explained till now, I just put it into a list. Same thing. Okay. So we get a raw data. Say you people are into a college, so you all know how your college attendance will be marked. You will be using some website, applications will be there. You will log in and see whether all your classes attendance has been marked or not, isn't it? The same way, your school fees also, you do the same. So the same way, if I want to get the details of the students who are logging in, who all are attending the class, how many absence, whether the subject submitting their projects, how many days they were absent, how much fees they have paid, how much is the balance, to get all these details, I just need to log into website, download the information of my students, so that I can get all the information that is required for me in order to build a visualization. So far, any doubts if you have, you can let me know. Anybody has a doubt? Anybody? Say yes, no. In case if you can't come out of the screen, mute and unmute is a problem to you. You can put it in a chat box also. You have a doubt, no doubts, anything, you can put it in a chat box also. Okay, so might be you may have some difficulties. Yeah, thank you, Sukanya. Fine. We'll go into the next part. So there are different software which we use under Tableau for downloading. Okay, so one is desktop. So let me tell you what is the use of this. Desktop services is used in a local system. Desktop services is used in a local system. Local system in the sense we download and we use this. We will download this data and we will use this in our local system. You can be using your desktop, you can be using a laptops. So where we are just we download a software, we import the data, create a data visualization in our system itself, locally itself. That means it will be saved in our local drive itself, in our hard disk itself. It won't be given to others. It will be only available in our devices, in our system. Okay, so that means we are not giving for others. It is only for personal use kind of things. Tableau desktop. Okay, we can use here also a data visualization, but whatever we are doing here, whatever the data visualization that is created by a business analyst or a data analyst, this people will be only saving this data in their device itself. It won't be given to others. So when it will go for the others, that is the stakeholders, board of directors, that means your client, who when they will be receiving only when you have a licensed version. When you are purchasing it and using it, you have to buy it. When you buy it, then it is called as licensed user. You have to buy it, only then you can publish this. So that is your Tableau server. Okay, Tableau server means you have to buy this by paying a money. So you will be having a validity like 1 month, 15 days, 3 months, based on your package. You can buy and use this Tableau server. So which is free in this? Tableau desktop is free. But there is one more problem here. If you are using a Tableau desktop which is free, we can download and install this to our system. Tableau is providing this only for 14 days. 14 days free of cost. That a trial version of Tableau desktop, we cannot download it permanently. We cannot use Tableau desktop permanently. Then what should we do? Then there is an alternative option in case as a learner, if I have to use a Tableau free of cost, I can go with the Tableau public. But there is another problem here is whatever we are using for data visualization, automatically all this data gets saved in Tableau Public Cloud Services. It won't be saved in our local system. It will be saved in Tableau Cloud Services. So, in case if we are using a Tableau Public for data visualization, what we will be doing here is we will only work on the free data set which we won't be having any issues, legal issues or technical issues from any of the other people who are whichever the data we are using. So I will suggest you later when we start a practical how to download the sample data set without any legal issues. Those I will explain you. Okay, Tableau public. Next one is Tableau online. This is for your Tableau server when you're connecting through the cloud. So cloud group, whoever are the members of the groups, they can maintain their reports in this group. In the sense, the as a company, overall people will be having a group maintained. Those group people who is having a online access to log into the Tableau website created by the company, they can see all their visualization that has been created by the data analyst. All the users, Tableau users, that is your end users or your customers, clients, whoever they want to see the reports. Tableau Reader, it is only for visualization purpose, which means you can only see the visualization which is created using a charts, reports, or tables, graphs, whatever you are doing. Only we can see it. We cannot get any access. We cannot make any changes. Okay, now let me come to the point. In this 5 points, as I said to you, Tableau public, Tableau services, Tableau desktop, all these things which you have to go for. I'll give you two options. If you want to download this for your desktop or a laptop, you have to contact Mr. Anand from our NICT WhatsApp group. There is one person called Anand. Okay, he's been added to your WhatsApp group. You can contact him. He will ask you to come to your NICT, or he may come there. It depends what will be replied on the message. So he will help you to download and install this desktop version. Okay, because I said it is only valid for 14 days. If you want permanently to be installed to your system, you have to use this desktop. Or you can go for this public, since we are anyhow not using the original data, only sample data we are using, then we can go for public itself. You can yourself download and install. I'll also show you this how to download and install this Tableau desktop as well as public. You just need to search for Tableau desktop download. So the first one itself, okay, you can go for this Tableau desktop download. You have to try Tableau for free. When you click on this, it will ask you a basic details of yours. So the full name, for all this phone numbers, department, if you're studying, working, all these things. Once you fill these details and click on this get started, it will start downloading the application. So I'm telling you, this is only valid for 14 days. If not, you can search for Tableau public. Tableau public. So download now Tableau public. The same screen you will get it. Download the app. So this you are using for your Windows itself. Download Tableau public. Yes, click on this. Same details it will ask you. Click on this download. Once after you fill this, you can go for the download the app. Once after you download, you will get like this desktop screen with the Tableau features. This one. So I'm using 2019 desktop version. If you're using a public, you will get a latest one, 2022. Anything is fine for me. If you download Tableau public is also fine for me. If you are using Tableau desktop is also fine for me. Whichever it is, you can go with that. I completely support both the methods. Okay, download. You have to ask a person, so that is Anand. He will come there, or you have to come here to in order to download and install. Second one is public. You can download and install yourself. Both are same method. And when you are using public also, I will use the same data set which I'm using. I'll suggest you also to use the same data set. We won't be using a different data sets. We will be working on the same one. You and I will be using same data set. So you can understand, think about it, which you have to go for, and then you can install. Any doubt till here, till these Tableau features? That means till what we have done, the
No, no.
types of Tableau service. Okay, good, thank you. So the next step, so after this types of Tableau softwares which we are using, let's come and see how this Tableau came into our picture, who has introduced it, so all this. So this Tableau, Tableau was introduced by the three people. Tableau Data Visualization Company. The name of the company is Tableau Data Visualization Company. The three people: Chris Sturtle, Christian Corbett, Pat Hansen. Okay, these are the three peoples who are the founders of Tableau. It was founded in the year 2003, in 2003, okay, and in California. And even the headquarters is also located in California itself. Okay, California, that is Washington. After this, when they have introduced this, they started using this Tableau. But might be there is some financial problem or some problem. Later, this people has sold their business. You know, the business, the Tableau business, Tableau company was been acquired by Salesforce. Okay, there is a company called Salesforce. They have taken this. So every program is being developed with some of one or the other programming language. So these people has used their own programming language called as SQL, which is similar to SQL, data structure language, something similar to SQL. Okay, so SQL means how we are going to use our charts, how we are going to create the tables. That is the most old property which they have used here as SQL. And then the software is developed through the programming language C++. C++. Okay, so since this business is being acquired by the Salesforce, they renamed CRM, that is Tableau CRM, as Salesforce CRM Analyst. Salesforce CRM Analyst. Okay, later, so this slowly got growth one after the other, one by one. Though it was introduced, developed in the year 2003 in India, we started using this from 2014 onwards. In From 2014 onwards. Few places they say January 22nd, 2014. Few places they say it as June 3rd, 2014. So June 3rd, 2014. It was introduced in Mumbai. Okay, it was introduced in Mumbai. Later, one by one, all the state on 22nd, like this, it was started used. Okay. If you have any questions, you can ask me. See here, I'm just using how it was been searched in past 5 years, how this Tableau is growing, means the search terms. Since I just used your data visualization, it is giving me a less information. So let's use here as Tableau, only Tableau. Now you can see past 5 years, see how the growth is happening. Or if you want to take it as some other 90 days, past 12 months, past hours, 4 hours, anything, then you can go for this. Let me take it here as past 12 months. See, so 2004 to till present, you can see it till present how eventually it is growing. So there is a need for data visualization in most of the places. Most of the companies are looking for data visualization or business analytics or data analyst. So based on that, you will be asked for what you are going to perform, which means the work of data analyst is to create a data visualization based on the information available. Information, that is your raw data. Raw data is one which you get from the sources which you are downloading from. Clear? So, in order to create this data visualization, I also said that we may apply some calculations, some formulas wherever there is a required. We may not get all the information in one place. When we don't get all the sources, when we don't get all the information, then what we do here is we are going to apply the calculation. How we are going to calculate, what kind of calculations? So most of our excel formats, excel ms excel formats or formulas will be used in a data visualization. Okay, so we must first understand what are the formulas we are going to use in excel and how it has been used in our Tableau, first thing. Second thing, what is pivot table? How this is going to work in our Excel. Okay, pivot table, how it is going to work in Excel as well as in Tableau. These are the things we will just compare and see. So before we start with the data visualization, first we have to work with the Excel. So first we will go with the Excel, then we are going with the Tableau. So we are going to first start with an Excel. Is that clear to everyone?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Okay. So now I'm just using this Excel in order to use a blank worksheet. Blank worksheet. So you have loan amortization, all this thing. These are the sample template files. Whenever we are using some Excel, we may have some predefined template files based on the informations. So it can be business related, it can be related to budget plan, it can be related to loan. So there are few topics based on which we have a predefined template file. So you can see here there is business related, personal, planning and tracking, list, budgets, charts, calendars. So like this, there are few things which is already been created, which is already been developed here. Based on this development, in case if you are using something, you can try on this. Suppose say example, if you are taking a loan, if you're taking a loan and I have to know like how much I have to pay every month, how much it is going to reduce. So I can go with this loan amortization schedule. I have like there is no need for me to apply the calculations here. Already there is predefined formulas. See, this is my loan amount, interest 4% I'm paying here, and I have to pay the loan for 1 year. Number of payments 12 months. 1 year, 12 payments. Okay, when did I take the loan? This one I have. Now schedule the payment. Can you see here? Can you see here? There is some formulas here. Loans amount, PMT, interest rate. Okay, if the amount is not paid, then you will be taking here as nil. You will be taking here as nil. Okay, so now like that. Say example, if my loan is here 1 lakh rupee, 1 lakh rupee. See here, automatically the schedule payment is changed, and I'm going to pay this loan for mm 3 years. 3 years means 36 month. 36-month loan I'm going to start today. So let's take it here as equals to today. From today, if I'm starting, see here, every month I have to pay 983 rupees. I have to pay. The number of payments I'm going to make is 108. Actual payment in this, without total payment, total interest, how much I will pay overall every year. See, every month calculation. So if I'm paying the scheduled amount, can you see here? 983 is every month EMI amount. This 983 amount includes my actual money plus interest. So in this extra, how much I have paid, total how much I have paid, what is my actual amount, what is my interest. If I am paying this actual amount from this 1 lakh rupee, if I'm paying this actual money, what is my ending balance? So from this ending balance, it becomes my next month opening balance. Again, I pay the EMI. If this is my actual money I have paid, then how much is my closing? So every month it will start calculating, so that end of the day it has to show me how much I'm going to calculate. So 3 months, number of payments per year 12. 3 years we are going to calculate. So now see, automatically all the payments, finally your total amount payable ending balance when it becomes zero, which means you have cleared all these loans. So there is some auto calculation applied here. We are not calculating. See here, you can see this calculation, how it has been calculated. So see the schedule payment, extra payment, everything you can see in this formula bar. How the calculation has started, how it has been paid. All these things are being given here, which means it is already calculated, predefined. So in that case, if you are anything, if you are working on some of the topic which is already developed format you are going to use, you can just go for more templates and you can start creating those things by changing the figures. If not, you want to create your own database, own data sets, how you are going to apply the calculations and the formulas. In that case, you will start using a blank workbook. Clear? So let me close this loan amortization screen. Don't say. We are going to use a Excel blank file. Clear? Okay, this will be your Excel file. Again, let me go for this file. So blank workbook is the one which we are going to use. The other than that is a more template files which will help you to download the predefined files which is already having some of the calculation. You can use this for your reference. And whatever the blank worksheet or some other files which I would have created or saved to my device, it can be in any of the locations. So through in the Excel format, it will list out here. So the recent files which I have used, all those files will come as a list here. Then we have some other options here. We will use this also one by one before that. So let's understand the screen. Whenever you are opening a Excel, whenever you are going to open an Excel, the default file name, which means before I give a name to my file, before I save my file with one or the other name, the file name will be given as book 1. That is your title. Can you see here? Book 1. By default, the name of the file will be as book 1. Right? Book 1. So when you save this file, when you're saving this file, you can use this save button. You can click on this, or you can also use the shortcut key Control S. Okay, that is save. Control S, a save button. So I use here Control S. Let me save this on a desktop. Okay, I'm just giving a name here as MCC Excel for Tableau. On the desktop, I'm saving this. Now see, the name of the file is been saved as MCC Excel for Tableau. Then this place we call it as Quick Access Toolbar. Quick Access Toolbar. What is Quick Access Toolbar? Whichever the option that I need to select it directly from the top option, instead of going and selecting from some other bars and tabs or searching here and there. I can use it directly from here. So by default, you will have your three options: save, undo, redo. What is this undo is used for? By mistake, I made some changes, some spelling mistake, or I have typed something and I removed it and changed into some other thing, but I really want the previous one what I gave her information. Suppose I gave here as Control yes, but I want it here as Control Z, right? Control Z. So say here, I will type here as Control Z. Control Z I have typed. By mistake, I've changed it for Control S. So I want to go back for the previous step what I have done. So Control Y I'm typing. Again, I will change this as Control Z, Control S. Again, I will change this as Control Z. Okay, so see, I just gave one or the other option, Control F. So when I use this undo, you can click on this. So whichever the previous step I have typed, those things it will go for. If I have to come back, then I'll use here redo. I need Control Z. Go back and repeat the previous one. So I'll go for the go back, Control Z. So undo to go for the previous one. By mistake, you went for 3 or 4 steps ahead. Again, you want to come back. Then you can use Control U. Repeat the action or use the action what you have done. So Control Y. Save, Control yes. Undo is used for Control Z. Redo, Control Y. This is a place which we call it as quick access toolbar. By default, we only have three options. In case if you want to use other options also here. Suppose I want this conditional formatting used again and again, so I want to add it here to my quick access toolbar. Right click here, you will find an option as add to quick access toolbar. Click on this. So now you can see this option is being used. Suppose if I'm making a duplications, I would have repeated here and there again and again. I want to remove the duplicated one, so I have to go for some other tab and search, but I need to add those options here itself. So in data, I will have an option here as remove duplication. Right click, add to quick access toolbar. Done. Now I can select this, remove duplication. It will say me where there is a duplication. See, one duplicate is removed and three unique values are left. So see, you can find here the duplicate one has been removed. For your understanding, I'll also put this in some other color. Okay, so I will select this part, go for this remove duplication, click on OK. Now see, one duplication was there. The one which I highlighted is been removed. So instead of going to some particular option and selecting those options, I can add it to my top menu, that is to my quick access toolbar, whichever I may need it. Suppose I need the sorting one, that is I have to sort in alphabetic order, I can add this to quick access toolbar. You can see here. If not in this method, how to add in another method? In that case, first option. Can you see this? There is some options called here as file, home, insert, page layout. These are called as tabs. Tabs, home tab, insert tab, page layout, formula tab, data tab. So each are called as tab. And below this, whatever the options you have all together, we call it as ribbons. We call this as ribbons. And individual options, we can call it as options, comments, or you can also say it as function. Any of this will work. Okay, so these are ribbons. Then you have this one, this arrow mark. See, there is a set of information here, and there is one line drawn, and then you have one box. Again, set of information, one line is drawn and mark. So that means based on particular using method, this is font related uses, alignment related, this is inserting and deleting as rows, this is editing related, coloring related, number related. So those options are put together as a groups. This drawn line says you that this is one set of a group, this is another set of a group. So clipboard group, font group, alignment group, number group, styles group, cells group, editing group, like this. And we may not have all the options that is required in an Excel. There might be some alternative options which is rarely used in an Excel. Those options you can find it in this drop down option. So this drop down option, we call it as dialog launcher, or you can also call it as launch button. When you click on this, it will show you, see, strike through, superscript, subscript. This options is not available here. But whereas we have a font, bold, italic, underline, font size, we have it. But these options we were not having. So this options is been given from your drop down option. So this drop down option, we call it as dialog launcher, or you can also say it as launch button. Okay. Done. So I was saying you about this quick access toolbar. Only three options I have added here. In case the other method I was supposed to say. So we will go for file tab. File tab. And this is the last one. Options. When you go this to quick access toolbar, whichever the options you may require, you can select that option, click on add. So see, added to this quick access toolbar, whichever you may need. I'll go for name manager, add, click on OK. Now see, you can see format painter, you can also see name manager, which we have added. In case if I don't want this sorting, I will right click, remove from quick access toolbar. I don't want this conditional formatting, right click, remove from quick access toolbar. Same thing, you can also go to file, options, quick access toolbar. The options whichever you don't require, just click on that, remove whichever you don't want, pick and remove it. Once you remove, click on OK. Now you can see whichever the options you have left in your quick access toolbar, those options will be added. So whichever you needed to add or remove from your quick access toolbar, you just need to do a right click on the comment or on the function, whatever you have, comment or functions, and select it. Okay, you just need to right click, add or remove. If you want to do, go right click on the comment. If you want to add it. If you want to remove it from the right from the quick access toolbar, you can right click and remove this tools. Then next one, you have to know what is column and what is row. So column is vertical or horizontal? Can someone say what is column? What, vertical or horizontal?
Vertical.
Who said me? Sukanya. Okay. Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
Fine, ma. Thank you. So column is vertical, row is horizontal. Column is vertical, right? Rows are horizontal. Now, vertical columns are identified with the headings of letters, letters, and rows are identified with the numbers. Okay, so it is identified with the numbers. The first one of a column, the first column starts with, the first column starts as A, and the last one is XFD. XFD. I use Control Shift and right arrow key to go to the last one, right? Control Shift and right arrow key. So now you can see the last column is XFD. Again, I use Control Shift right arrow key. Control Shift right arrow key to come back for the previous level. So the first cell, first column is A, and the last column is XFD, and the last column is XFD. Then here rows. Row starts with 1, and the last one is, again I use Control Shift down arrow key. Last one is 1048576. Okay, 10,48,576. We have a number of rows. 1048576. This is your last row. So how much total you have? Total number of columns, total number of rows. So total number of columns is 16,384. 384 columns you have, and number of rows is as it is same, 48401048,576 is your total number of rows. Okay, so this is rows and column. Then what we call it as cell. Cell is a place where row and column meets, or you can say intersection of rows and columns. Intersection of rows and columns. So this is B column, right? Then I'm saying here 16. So this place, the gray, dark gray color, B 16 is your cell. Okay, or say example, I'm placing here, this is B column, B16, you can see in the name box B16. Okay, so this intersection of row and column is called as cell. Cell address, so every place is having a name. Every place is having a name. Whether it is a table will have a name. Whether it is a single cell, even that it will have a name. So cell address is a place which will displace, cell address is displayed in name box, is displayed in name box. Okay, this place, the place where it is showing B18, because I place my cell in the B column 18th row. So B8 in this place we call it as cell address. See, when I place my cursor, it says name box. Name box. This fx, this is called as insert function. Insert function. And this place we call it as formula bar. Fine, I don't want to take more class on the first day itself. Let me stop till here. We will continue in the next class. If anybody has a doubt, you can let me know. Anybody has a doubt?
No, ma'am.
See, good, fine. If you have any doubts while practicing or from the next class onwards, you can post it in WhatsApp group. You will be getting a reply. And I have also shared you one of WhatsApp link also, some visual things which you need to update it, I think. So regarding your username and this. Okay, it is already, I think it is already updated. If you are not able to log in, please share your details as it has been asked. Mobile number, your course name, and college name. So college name by default they have given as MCC. Give your mobile number, which course, whether it is Tableau, whether it is Excel, whether it is whatever the course you have enrolled for, those courses you can give it here. It is NICT app you have to download, NICT app. So there has been a link shared to you all for Android as well as iPhone. Clear? Is it clear to everyone? I think
Yes, ma'am.
we can. So I'm stopping with the introduction part. Practical things. I'll start with the Excel for 4 5 classes. Then I will start with the Tableau. Clear? So first we will understand the Excel how it is working. Then with the same thing we are going to implement with the Tableau as well. So that's all for today. If any queries, you can post it on WhatsApp group. We can discuss it. So Ankita, I'm sorry, ma, I didn't see your post. I just saw it. So make sure from next time there won't be more internet fluctuations. Fine. I will also be marking your attendance every day, day to day. Okay, that will be shared to you once after completing the course. So fine, that's all for today. We'll wind up the class. See you in tomorrow's class. Bye everyone. Take care.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am.